Hi, this video is to show how to fix an Xterra. This is actually a 2006 shift control cable problem. The way this problem manifested itself is that I went to put it in gear and the shifter just freely went forward, backwards, and did not change the gear that shows up on the dash. So it was clearly a shift cable problem. So it felt like the cable wasn't necessarily broken, but at least something was going on with the cable. So I started by taking the console apart. You take the cup holders out here first. You take a few screws out of the console, and then what you'll notice is there's a shift cable right here. This is the shift cable attachment point that goes into the shifter. And what happens is I've already kind of put this back together, but over here there is this cable piece. This is actually the new one that attaches to a pin on the side of the shifter. And what happens is there's a little nylon insert in here that gets old and crusty, cracks, breaks, and then this thing is just not press fit on the pin on the side of the shifter anymore, and it falls off. Now, fortunately, well, when this happens, you can pretty easily still manually shift the car by grabbing a hold of the cable and pushing it forward or backwards and changing the gear. So at least you can limp home with that. But here's the actual nylon piece that broke. It's in a bunch of pieces, and the rest of it's just down in the console in there. So what I intended to do is I bought this new cable. As you notice, the nylon piece and the cable's gone. That's a hint of how this finally got fixed. But I intended to replace the whole cable, and I ran into a problem. And the problem is that this kind of bulb piece at the end does not fit well through the firewall in the front. Actually, it'll fit through the firewall port. There's a couple of screws in the firewall that you take out from the engine side. You're supposed to be able to pull this through, but what happens is this big bulbous thing hangs up on the heater control box, and I absolutely see no way to get that around that big box down in there underneath without taking the whole dash apart. So I was just about ready to give up and take this one to the dealer to get fixed, but I'd read something somewhere about this nylon insert, and somebody just mentioned something about to get the nylon insert you have to buy the whole cable. Well, that implied to me that somehow somebody was clever enough to get the nylon insert out. Well, at first I didn't want to ruin my cable or break the thing, but you know, when I'm getting ready to take it to the dealer and they're going to make me use their parts anyway, even though this is a Nissan part, I figured, well, let's take this thing apart and see if I can get the nylon thing out and swap it and press it into the old cable without damaging anything. And actually, with some very, let me grab a screwdriver here, with some very careful manipulation, by just kind of prying around the edge and then just carefully pushing that out, I got the nylon insert out. I pressed it in the new one and worked like a champ. Put it together and I was done. So actually the cable was only 20 bucks. I can't actually believe it was that cheap, because there's if you look at it here, there's quite a bit to it. It's super elaborate. There's the part that goes that bolts up to the firewall on the engine side, and this is the part that attaches to the transmission. But if you're able to pop out the nylon insert on a replacement cable, pop it in, you're good to go, no more problems. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.